giving away free money. I'm going to go ahead and make a video about this. So, somewhere around 1800 or so, there were a couple poor towns. I forget where they are. I think they were in a couple communities. Anyway, these people had next to nothing and were basically still using stone tools. So, and I had some shops and some stuff, and I was a very wealthy man myself. Child, actually. I was 6 years old. Anyway, or really young, basically. So, anyway, creators of minds, owner of diamonds, director of large companies. So I decided to do this test study because I was wondering. I was like, well, because I had my paid workers and they were spending money on things, right? And they were paid like 7 bits or 7 pennies or whatever. And so, and then there was all these other people which were poor, starving, and hungry, which I was basically feeding and stuff. So, or helping to feed. I forget the details. Anyway, I had been the first in so many things, and of course, like I had found diamonds because I wanted my mining crews to go dig underneath lava towards old volcanoes. So they had found diamonds and rare minerals. Yay, cool! First in that. Anyway, so I had a lot of money. So, and there was these starving, hungry communities that had nothing basically. They're still using stone tools. They're basically they're living basic existence. It was sad. And so I thought, I wonder, what if I start giving out money or giving out metal to them, metal money basically, just little bits of money. And I thought, well, should be able to spare at least 2 bits a day or something like that. I was paying my workers, I forget, like 7 bits a day or something. And I thought, well, I can spare 2 bits a day easily for 3 towns. So I ordered bits of metal to be paid or given to these poor, starving people. 2 bits a day. Wasn't much, but I'm running an empire here, and economies and all that other stuff. And I didn't know, I had done so many things, and I knew once you do something, that's it. It's over. It's been done. So therefore, there's no going back. So if I was making a mistake, there goes my head. So, for all I knew, I was making the worst mistake of my life. So anyway, but I thought, well, I should be able to spare it. So I ordered 2 bits of metal to be given to these villagers regardless every day. And there's also some food being given as well, I believe. I forget the details of it, and it was like in the 1800s. Anyway, so these villagers, because I thought, well, because they could buy seeds, they could buy leather, they could buy things in the town. There's a town with a thriving community of workers and people, and they were doing just fine. And then so now, and I was also worried about, would my workers get mad at these people that are just getting free money? Because my workers might get pissed off, because I'm paying my workers 7 bits, and now I'm going to be paying these people which are doing nothing 2 bits. So maybe my workers will be like, to me, because, I'm being this, I'm giving away, why should they work, right? So I decided, well, I thought, well, 2 bits does not seem outrageous. So I started paying them 2 bits a day. And they could buy seeds, they could buy other things like wood and stuff, because metal was pretty valuable. So they could trade metal for wood and stuff like that, because wood came from trees. Anyway, though, but I was surprised though. They bought some seeds, and I got the tallies back about what they were spending their money on or metal on, and what they ended up doing is like a group of them had pooled their 7 bits a day or their 2 bits a day to basically make a knife, and some other ones had pooled their bits a day, and they had also bought some seeds, and they actually even started a farm, I believe. At least I was told that, I believe, at the time. So I was like, oh, cool. So I actually kept the program going for about 3 or 5 years, where they were just being paid 2 bits a day, regardless. And then they actually ended up, I think, making like 5 knives and buying some seeds. And I forget the details of it now, but anyway, it was like in the 1800s or a long time ago. And because I thought, well, what would they do? What would they do? What would they do? I didn't know, anyway, and plus, more metal for a community. Anyway, though, it was just a random experiment, and something that I thought I could afford, and could have been the thing that ended my existence or made me go poor. Anyway, though, whatever. So it's one of those things that I did, and I was surprised. They started a little farm and they started building stuff, and they made themselves a couple houses and some other stuff. I think I forget exactly because I had my town and my factories and stuff that I was using, and then there's this other community. So anyway, it was a long time ago, 1800s, and seeing a picture reminds me of those people because. Yeah, for 3 years or 5 years, or 7 years, I forget. I ran this free money or free metal experiment, and I was happy with the results. I thought the results were very positive, and and um, and proved that given the opportunity, people will pool their resources and work together and create a thriving community of their own, which they did. So anyway, and it happened somewhere. It's one of the thousands of places that I visited and was working at or doing stuff at. Basically, I wasn't actually there, of course. It was all just or whatever. I don't really even remember that. It was over a couple hundred years ago. So I mean, and I'm only a 40-year-old guy, but anyway, though. But it was something that happened. I'm pretty sure. Although they'll never admit it. Anyway, bye.